Alright, can you start by introducing yourself?
Alright, so my name is Summer Perritt. I'm a sophomore here at Mercer University and I'm a journalism major.
Okay.
I started writing stories when I was 13. I had an assignment for my English class. We had to write a horror story, and that was really out of my comfort zone. I didn't really know what to expect, what was really happening when I wrote it, but I ended up getting a really good grade on it and I really loved it, and that just from there on just sparked my love of writing. I just thought it was something very interesting and a talent I didn't know I had. And so after that I went into high school and I loved English classes. I had a lot of great English teachers, and I started talking about all the things that I could do as a career with writing. I really wanted to be a novelist. I wanted to write short stories, poetry, creative works, things like that. But after talking it through with some of my English teachers, who ended up becoming really good friends of mine actually, we're still in contact today, we ended up deciding that journalism might be a better outlet for my creativity, might be a better outlet for writing, because novelists and creative works aren't the most stable careers. So I ended up looking into journalism. My school actually couldn't afford a journalism class like it used to be able to, but a lot of my teachers really put in the time and effort to work with me. They gave me a lot of resources. A lot of them used to teach journalism classes, so they really helped me through it, taught me the basics, and helped me look and find schools that had journalism programs. And I ended up, totally by random, complete fate, getting a pamphlet from Mercer University one day. And my best friend at the time also got one, so we decided to take a road trip and go visit Mercer. I had no idea what Mercer was, I didn't know where it was. We went together and I ended up finding out they had a journalism school. I came here and I met some great professors that I loved, and I loved the program, and I just knew instantly this was for me. So after that I applied, I got in, and that's why I'm here today. And since being here I've taken 6 journalism classes total. It's my major. I love it to death. I don't know what I would do otherwise. It's definitely my passion. I started writing for our student newspaper, The Cluster, as a freshman. I think probably the second or third week we were here. I was very nervous, but I stuck with it and I became a staff writer. And then at the end of last year I was offered the position of the lifestyle and opinion editor, and that's what I've been doing this semester, and I love it. It's a lot of fun, helps me develop my skills, helps me work with other people, and I don't know what I would do without it, so yeah.
What have been some of your favorite articles that you've been able to put in the paper?
Well, I would say my own personal works that I have written. I really enjoyed writing a piece my first semester, at this time actually, for homecoming. It was about Jave Boy and how his friends who won Mercer's Got Talent show during homecoming week last year, how they ended up giving their prize to him. And it was just a really touching story. You can read it in The Cluster. And it was just really fun article to write. Got to really connect with people, and that's one of the reasons why I love journalism. So that's something I've written. Second semester I wrote a piece that was more about politics and things like that, which was definitely out of my comfort zone, but I really liked it. And as far as being an editor, the next issue of The Cluster is probably going to have one of my favorite articles I've ever read from one of our new writers. It's actually about a Mercer University employee, Carl, who works in the farm. And she did a great job, the writer did a great job of profiling him and really getting down to who he is and why he is the way he is, and it's just very well worded, beautiful story. That's definitely one of my favorites that I've ever read, ever had the privilege of editing and putting in my section, so I'm very excited.
Have there been any difficulties that you've encountered so far in this career choice?
Well, I am a natural born people person, so I love people, I love talking to people. But at the same time, people are very difficult, and people are very, we're interesting creatures. We're very difficult to navigate, difficult to understand. And so I think that probably the biggest difficulty in journalism is gauging who people are and why they are the way they are, and how you have to treat certain people differently. Particularly when it comes to journalism, when you're trying to deal with a sensitive issue, a sensitive story, and you really need information from someone, but they might not be the most willing to give it. So that's definitely a difficulty. And like I said, just connecting with people in general sometimes can be hard. I personally love it, I enjoy it, but it can be a challenge sometimes.
Okay, so I'm going to try to make this last question. Where is it that you hope to end up after you graduate college?
Well, immediately upon graduation, I would really like to be in the Peace Corps. Another passion of mine is helping people, and that's another reason why I got into journalism, is because one way to help people, I think, is by writing stories and inspiring others. So I would really want to be in the Peace Corps. I really want to do communications work abroad. And then after that, I would love to come back and start my PhD program. And so while simultaneously hopefully working for a magazine or a paper. And like I said, I love talking to people, I love connecting with people, so I would love to be doing profile pieces and feature stories and things like that.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.